I'm making ribeye steak sandwiches using the BBQOVN wireless Bluetooth thermometer. Check it out, guys. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to go ahead and make some chimichurri sauce. I'm going to go ahead and cook this steak to perfection. So stick around to the end, and you're not going to want to miss this. And I think this is going to be a great option for anyone that loves to cook and cook precisely. All right, because one thing is cooking, but another thing is cooking knowing what you're doing with the internal temperatures of your meats. Let's go. All right, guys, so I've been looking for a wireless meat thermometer, and my friends over at BBQOVN, they sent me this thermometer. I'm going to try it on some ribeye steaks today. I'm really looking forward to this thing because it's Bluetooth, and I've tried a bunch of different thermometers, and I think this is going to be a pretty good one. I've seen this online, on Instagram, all over the place, so I know it's growing popularity. Let's give it a shot, you guys. Let's unbox this thing first, all right? All right, guys. So the first thing I've noticed about this thermometer is the fact that it has a very nice design for a better cooking experience, and the degrees are set to be within 1 degree and to give you updates within 2 seconds. So that's pretty cool. Here's some of the instructions on how to use it. It's very simple. I just looked through it really quick, and it's pretty easy to understand. And here is that thermometer. It feels very sturdy. It'll definitely lock in those juices when the probe is in there, causing none of those juices to flow out. And it says right here to be careful with this probe because you don't want to insert the probe no further than this marking here. So that's pretty cool. The reason for that is because it can break off or something like that, and you don't want to put this probe in like direct fire. Okay, so today I'm going to be smoking these ribeye steaks, but before, let's get this thing connected to the Bluetooth. This is its own charging station, and it's pretty nifty. It's made out of wood, and it has a little charger here, so it can become wireless, which I think is pretty awesome. What's crazy about this probe, it has a 777 feet range. That's crazy. But if you're smoking and you're trying to check your app from the inside of your house, it's only about 200, 300 feet, which is still not bad. Okay, so what you want to do is install the app, the BBQOVN, and this is going to be a little guide that shows you what to do once you turn on that app, and it's pretty self-explanatory. But here it is, you guys. So it has that automatic pairing. Wasn't difficult to pair, honestly, and this thing was already charged, but from what I'm reading, it's if you charge it for 10 minutes, it gives you half a year of charge. That's crazy. That means this thing is very efficient. And here's some warnings. Do not put this in the fire, like I was telling you guys. Yeah, it's a big no-no. So there is things to look at, but I'm pretty much explaining what you need to know. And this is very simple. Do not put this thing in the microwave, okay? Be smart about that. And this is how it looks, and this is how the app will look too. All right, and this is made out of bamboo. Here's the temperature reading right now before it's connected. I'm trying to get it to connect, and boom, now we're connected. As you see, it has a live temperature reading, and I'm going to be doing steak today, and I'm going to do it at 130 internally. And what I like about this is there's no guesswork. You know, I can be inside, and this has an alarm, which is really cool. That way I don't overcook my steak. How cool is that? All right, so let's cut this thing open, and I want to go ahead and probe this thing. Just the feel of it is very sturdy. You know, I've been really wanting one of these thermometers, so I thought it was cool. And let's go ahead and season this thing real quick. I went ahead and used some everything seasoning from Flavor God, and make sure you hit the sides. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw it in my Pit Boss 850 Pro Series. All right, so we're going to go ahead and leave this thing. We're going to be cooking this on high heat. So this is why it's so important to have this thermometer and this app running simultaneously, because it will alert you. So right now we're at 54 degrees, not where we want to be yet. Remember, we want to hit 130. So I'm going to go ahead and check it again. Now we're at 72 degrees. And I think I'm about to flip this thing because it's been on here for a couple minutes and it's time to flip. The internal sensor could go from 4 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The actual handle part of it right here, as you can see, it can go up to 932 degrees. That means you can have your grill or whatever you're cooking it on super high. So this steak is done now, but what I'm going to do is make some chimichurri sauce. I want to throw this on top of my steak. So I was preparing this as my steak was cooking, and like I said, I had my phone on and my alarm was, I was just waiting for that alarm to buzz. So here is some red wine vinegar, some red pepper flakes, a little bit of oregano. We'll throw some garlic in there, a little bit of avocado oil, and more red wine vinegar. You got to adjust this thing as you're making it. So you want it to be liquidy, but not too chunky, because then it just tastes kind of weird, you know. But I went ahead and add some seasoning to this as well. And I got some of that blood from the steak, and I just added it on top. And now here's my chimichurri. I went ahead and removed the probe thermometer, and now I'm going to slice this thing. But make sure you cover it first. Some of that chimichurri can kind of lock into the steak. This is a ribeye again, and this thing was super good. This one was for my wife. This one was well done, but mine was at a medium well, which I did pull at 130. And here I'm going to start making the sandwich, because I'm going to make steak sandwiches, guys. So get yourself some tomatoes. They call these salad tomatoes. I don't know why, but anyways, slice them up in this pattern here. And then go ahead and get you some romaine lettuce and chop it this way. And get your BlackStone out, preheat it, throw some oil on there, and get some French bread, all right? Cook these babies for about 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. When this thing's hot, it's gonna get crunchy right away. Go ahead, pull it off, get yourself a cutting board, throw some mayo on this thing, just a little bit. Don't go overboard with the mayo, or we're not gonna be friends. So go ahead and put some steak on there, like I said, some tomatoes, some lettuce, a little bit more lettuce, yeah. And then go ahead and close this thing, give it a chop, and then you gotta take a quick look and then stack them on top of each other. Yeah. All right, so here's a close-up of that steak. Try this steak, ribeye steak sandwich. Let's go. Did I mention with chimichurri? Oh my. Woo-hoo. Not wrong.